Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about how to create a conditional rank. Here you have a database of astronauts, and you can see that they are ranked right now, using a normal rank formula, by their total mission hours. Now, what if I want to know what the rank looks like amongst each country? Now, I could filter this list by each country and look that up. What I want to know is, I want a quick way to look at the number one astronaut in each country by mission hours. And we're going to do that by creating a conditional rank. So I'm going to go over here and create a rank amongst nationality. Might not be the best way to word that, but it will work for our purposes. So the first thing I need to do is recreate what this formula is doing, but use Countifs instead. So I'm going to say equals 1 plus. I'm going to explain what this 1 is doing in a minute, but let's just move on from here, and we'll talk about it later. Countifs. And what this formula does is it counts items in a range that fulfill a certain criteria. So I'm going to select this whole range because we're ranking by mission hours ultimately. I'm going to go to the bottom of the document, hit F4 to lock that, hit a comma, and then I'm going to talk about what to do next. We're counting the items in this range, the mission hours, only if they're greater than the one we're looking at. So if we're trying to figure out the rank of this astronaut, we're asking, is there an astronaut with a higher mission hour count than he? And then we'll ask that down here. We'll ask that as we go along. So what we want to do is we want to put a greater than symbol, but we need to put it in quotes so Excel knows what we're talking about. Greater than. And then we're going to put an ampersand, and then we're going to click here. So now we're asking, hey, how many cells in this range are larger than the cell we're looking at? The cell range is locked, so that won't change, but this will change. So we'll be asking about each one just like a rank formula. And you'll see when I end parentheses and drag this down, this exactly shows you what a rank formula would do, but we use Countifs instead. The reason we did that is so that we can add additional criteria. So what we wanted to do was rank amongst nationality, right? But you can see it says criteria range 2. So if I put a comma here, we can add a whole nother criteria range and a whole nother criteria, which is what we're going to do. So I'm going to select nationality, go all the way to the bottom of the document, F4 again. We want to lock that. I'm going to hit comma. I'm going to click here to quickly sort of just get to the top of the document. I'm going to hit the down button. And there we are. We have the criteria range that lets us count the number of astronauts with a greater flight time, but then we're going to add, we have a second criteria range that says, but I only want to check if the nationality equals the nationality of the astronaut I'm talking about. And this is not locked, this is not locked. So this formula is correct. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to copy this down, let it calculate for a second, and then I'm going to sort by this to see the fruits of our labors here. So now you can see quickly, oh, the top astronaut for the USSR is Gennady Padalka, sorry. And then Peggy Whitson is the number one astronaut for the US in terms of mission hours, total mission hours. Thomas Pesquet from France. So you can see for each country we now know who their top astronaut is, and we also know their total rank just from the formula we had created earlier. Now, before I leave you, the one question you might ask is, why don't we just use greater than or equal to? Why do we have to use the 1 plus at all? And to explain why we would do that, why would we use the 1 plus instead of the greater than or equal to, I sort of worked out what that looks like in a hypothetical example here. And here I got the original rank formula. No big deal, and no controversy here. Now over here, I have 1 plus and then greater than, right? The one we want to do. And here I have greater than or equal to. You can see in this case, in the case of a tie, it actually approximates the lower rank, rather. So essentially it goes 1, 2, and then says these are tied for 4th. That's incorrect. These are tied for 3rd. So the greater than or equal to approach really doesn't work very well in cases of ties. And that's why we would use the 1 plus approach. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us for this video. We're going to continue using this document and talk about other great formulas in this food group. If this is helpful, it would be really helpful to me if you subscribed or liked it and shared it with your friends. And please come back for the next video. I'm really excited about what this series will result with.